Hello, today you're joining me in my back storage area. This is where the kiln is located, and I wrote a grant for this last year, and the kiln we voted on the name of Luke Claywalker, so that's the name of the kiln. And it's an electric kiln, and here's the word kiln. I brought my vocabulary words in here so I remember what to tell you. So it's a kiln, and for the first firing, because it's like a big oven basically, and it gets really hot, but the first firing gets up to 1800 degrees. And you will be doing clay projects. Now when you get the clay, it's going to feel really different. It's going to get kind of dirty, but that's okay. That's what's fun about clay. But what I want you to remember about clay is it's very fragile. And that means no matter what stage it's in, these are some projects that the third graders have done. These are their clay leaves. If they were to drop it, they wouldn't have a project anymore. Even after it's fired, and the first firing, it's called a bisque. So that is a bisque firing. And this is an example of a monster that I made last year. And so it's white. And if I was to drop it, it would still, remember, it's fragile. It will break. So anytime during this, if I dropped it, it would break. So that is a bisque firing. That's the first firing. And we're not going to add glaze. Glaze, I didn't bring the vocabulary word here with me. That's when you fire it a second time. And this is something I made in college that I pulled on a potter's wheel. And this has glaze on it. So then it gets up to 2300 degrees, but we're not doing glaze. What we'll probably be doing is, with the monsters, if you've seen them in the front case by the office, they have oil pastel that they put on there, and then they put a Mod Podge. But for the leaves, what they're going to do is they're going to brush them with probably watercolors, and then we'll seal them with Mod Podge. So this, I'm getting ready. I've got it loaded, and I'm going to move the camera so you can see it. This is the kiln. And it is a scut kiln. Oh, these little things I was holding I was going to show you and I forgot. These are the shelf holders. Okay, oh, now you can take a peek inside the kiln. And we can't come back in this back room when it's running because it's very hot. It's safe, but it's very hot because, like I said, it'll get up to 1800 degrees. And here are the shelves. They come in two pieces and they're heavy, so I have to lift and put those in. And then I will program it. And it takes a couple days to run, because it takes a whole day to, because it has to slowly heat up to 1800 degrees, and then it slowly has to be brought back down. And so it takes 2 days, because then after that, it has to cool back down. So that's a little bit about Luke Claywalker, and I hope you enjoy our clay projects.